What's going on, guys? Bag here, and welcome to the Elder Scrolls Online. Now, I've been playing this for quite a while. I haven't uploaded any videos. I've just been kind of lazy, not wanting to do it. There has been a lot going on, and I apologize for that. But if you want to see a healing video, you have come to the right place. So, like I said, I've been playing ESO for a while. I've got 3 different characters I've been playing, so they're not really all that high a level. I have an 18, a 14, and a 10. 2 of which are Dragon Knight tanks, one for the Aldmeri Dominion, one for the Daggerfall Covenant, and the Dark Elf here, the healer for the Ebonheart Pact. Now, I did reach level 10 on the Dark Elf, and I ran into some dungeons. I had some previous healing experience back from when I played when it first came out on PC. So I want to go over some of the abilities I'm using at level 10 real quick. I feel that I can make a video at level 10 and still be relevant, so that you can get an idea of what you're going to be going into when you are healing. I went with a Templar and a healing staff, basically because I want to be able to solo quests at higher levels when I get to 15, swap between a weapon and a staff, and still have some healing abilities to use. But I also like having the extra bit of healing from the Templar's tree. The first one we're going to go over is Rapid Regeneration. Shares your staff's life-giving energy to heal up to 2 nearby allies for 1,860 over 16.5 seconds. So it sits there and ticks. It hits the 2 closest hurt allies and heals them for 1860 over 16.5 seconds. Healing Springs I morphed into the ability to also give me returned magicka for every ally healed. Summon Restoring Spirits with your staff, healing allies in target area for 220 health each second for 3 seconds. A nice way to keep people topped off, and it's an area move where you see that I hit the button and then I can also move it to place it where I want. And it works really well. It's a nice ability. It's a pretty big area of effect, and it doesn't take that much magicka. You see, if I hit, let's see, find some players to actually hit with it here. If I hit this guy with it, it's not going to take very much magicka at all. And within the first like 2 seconds, my magicka is back up, and I can go ahead and cast it again. So a good way to keep people topped off. Breath of Life is an instant heal for 1,058, and I morphed it into Breath of Life, so that it also heals up to 2 other nearby allies for 528. Healing Ritual is a casted heal. Focus your spiritual devotion to heal yourself and allies for 1,457. You have to be pretty close, but as a healer, I like to be in the fight anyway, so I'm usually up close enough that I hit everybody with that. Rite of Passage is my ultimate ability, Channel the Grace of the Gods, healing nearby allies for, you are interrupting me, for 865 every 1 second for 4 seconds. And that's actually huge. It feels like you do it forever. Can't move by channeling, but I gain immunity to all enemy control effects. So those are the heals I wanted to go over. That's actually just a DPS ability that I keep on there because I haven't taken anything else in Restoration. I will probably pick up everything in both of those trees to play around with it, and then when I get to a higher level, we can always go back and respend our skill points and those kinds of things. So I'm going to try and jump into a dungeon here and continue the video there, and I'll see you guys inside. Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of the video. You'll notice my armor is a little bit different. I've been in Cyrodiil overnight, picking up some armor and stuff. If you haven't gotten a chance to do that, even at level 10, go do it. It is a lot of fun. You're very viable at level 10. They did a great job on the bolster, and it's a great way to get some extra armor and such. So, this guy might die while I'm sitting here talking. This is a kind of a hard pull. I wanted to be able to explain this one a little bit before they just jumped right in. But basically for this pull, you have a lot of range to it, and in ESO you really have to pay attention to what you're doing, what's going on around you, and you really have to get ahead of the heals. ESO's magicka system is not one where I'm going to be able to ghoul hand, you're going to die because you're tanking, and I don't really think you're supposed to be. ESO is not one where you're going to be able to sit there and burst heal people from no health all the way up to full all the time. You really have to get ahead of the heals and really have to pay attention to what you're doing. Because your magicka, you just don't have enough magicka. Even at this level, where I've got a bunch of gear to increase my magicka, and I've put all my points into magicka when I level up, you just don't have the magicka to do all that. How many times can I say magicka? I always forget those guys come out of there. He's going to charge them, and we're all going to die. Oh, he didn't. Okay, good. You really have to get ahead of the heals, and I took the staff and the Templar abilities because I really wanted to be able to have a lot of survivability, a lot of sorry, that's not the word, a lot of utility with my heals. I wanted to be able to have heals that I could throw down in an area, heals that I could cast in an area around me, because a lot of times I'm up in the middle of a fight. That's just how I heal. I'm close to the action. I like to get in on it to be able to tell what's going on with my allies. That's just how I am. So I chose the staff and the Templar abilities just for that utility. Now I have seen a lot of other healers. While I was in Cyrodiil, there was Nightblade there with us, and he did absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed having him along. So I'm not saying that you have to pick a Templar and a healing staff to be any good. That's not what I'm saying at all. Don't misunderstand. That just fits my playstyle best. I'm still learning. I'm still forgetting. See there to throw down my healing springs, which really is something that I should throw down whenever I can, because the more allies that are in it, actually the more magicka I get refunded. So technically the less it costs. So I really should be throwing that down a lot more often. I'm not going to record every single fight from this video. I am going to record that one there, obviously, and then we'll get you the next boss fight when it comes up. So that is for that. So as always, somebody has decided to just go ahead and run in here. This is the first boss that I was talking about. It's called the Cell Haunter. This is actually a pretty difficult fight. You really have to pay attention to this one. The reason is he uses a cold attack there. You can see him charging it. He throws that out and it does huge damage. He just killed Silent Panda with it because Silent Panda wasn't moving around. It's a very hard fight, basically just for that reason. Once I get everybody topped off here, I should be able to revive him. Oh, like that. See, it does huge damage. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I do think it needs a little bit of a tweak because it's just really hard to see that coming. Come on, Ghoul Hand, stay alive for a minute here, buddy. And I'm going to die because he's going to hit me with that, and then something else. Oh, I lived. Look at that. You guys did not know that you were watching the best... Come on. ESO healer. So basically, it's all about just... See, that almost killed me again. If I hadn't activated my rite of passage there, and it's really hard to see because of that blue light back there. It's really hard to see ice attacks coming at you. I think it's dumb, but what do I know? I'm not a developer. Clearly there was... Oh my gosh. See, and it's just... It's instant, too. Like, he just... It's there. It's all about just getting ahead of the heals. I'm not going to be able to explain very much, because, like I said, this is pretty difficult. You just got to get ahead of that damage. See, right there, I got to get in here, use that. Then I'll let my magicka go up 1 or 2 ticks. I'm going to have to use the casted. Because it's less expensive. Your ultimate, one thing I will say is your ultimate, when you're healing especially, it recharges really quickly. So do not be afraid to just, you know, if like 2 people are missing a quarter health, just use your ultimate. I mean, it's mana efficient for the amount that it heals, and you don't have to worry about it for that 4 seconds that it's actually casting. So do not be afraid to use your ultimate. It's not like other games where you have to save it for when you really, really need it. It recharges rather quickly, and you can use it more than you would think. So that's Cell Haunter. That's the first boss. Watch out for that AoE and stay ahead of those heals. It's kind of hard to anticipate where he's going to cast that, but at this level, it's just like most other MMOs. You're watching your magicka and keeping people... Alright guys, so technically this is the next boss. Oh, sorry. You thought the last one was hard? Oh god. This one is ridiculous. It's so hard to see, and you can't do that. People, I hate when people just like run in still. They just don't think about it. But this is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the amount of AoE you need here to get through this is just almost retarded. I'm just going to keep casting because I have the mana to do it. The magic to do it, rather. And these guys, these little imps hit like freaking trucks. It's absolutely unbelievable how much damage they actually do. Banekins or whatever. They're called Banekins. I'm not really sure what the difference is, but finish him off. So this is that part is kind of hard, you know, to get through if you don't realize what's going to happen. People just kind of jump into it. But this part, this is what makes it absolutely retarded. You got to hit the... I'll do it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. He got it. This is what makes it absolutely retarded. This boss will jump on top of you, and bite the crap out of you, all while summoning a shade of itself to do extra damage. And it will burst you down. You guys gotta get it. I hate when people don't get out of AoEs. See, like now he's on me, so he's just gonna do huge damage. That shade is gonna follow after somebody and hit them. I'm anticipating a hit. Yep, there it is. So I'm gonna use that and that. It's just, you have to break out of it. You have to use your CC, left and right trigger at the same time on PS4 to break out of that. Otherwise, you will die. He will burn you down in about 2 seconds while he's sitting there biting you. I'm not crazy about that Blessing of Protection ability. It gives armor. You see it's on my square key there in a cone. It gives armor and heals. I'm not crazy about it because sometimes people aren't grouped up right, and it's just kind of a waste of time trying to find the right angle. He hasn't jumped on anybody here, but you guys do really need to get out of that tail swipe thing. See, I have the ultimate, so I'm going to use it. I don't need to save it. It'll build back up again before this fight is over. And the fact that you're not only healing, but... Oh, there it is! There was. That's it. If I had not busted out of it, he would have killed me. And you see, he still almost did, and you probably heard me spamming the keys to get that off of me. Oh, the shade is on me. That's not a good thing. Just gotta run from it. Hope it doesn't catch me. Ah! Oh, he got me. I'm dead. Yep, see there, and he jumped on me after the shade hit me. So it's really Shadow Proxy. It's called. It's really difficult and really annoying. That boss, but obviously it is possible. It's a entertaining fight. He's gonna make sure you break out of that when he jumps you and stay away from that shade as best you can. See there, my heal popped after I got revived. So that's that boss. Hopefully that. Oh, welcome back to the next section of the video. I wanted to record the last fight, Tagar, whatever his name is, the Clan Fear handler, but we wiped on that one because the one guy decided to run in without really thinking about it. ESO is not a game where you can do that. One of the things I wanted to compliment on the game, actually, though, is what sucks about it, and what is also really great about it, is that as a healer, you have to pay attention. You really have to pay attention to blocking things, because if an enemy slips away from you and hits you with a power attack, that could be it for you. It knocks you down, you could get stuck in an AoE. It's not necessarily that it's going to one-shot you right away, but it's the fact that it could knock you down in an AoE. It keeps you from using any heals while you're incapacitated, and it's just all around really bad for your team. I love Rite of Passage. I can just stand in that freaking fire and it doesn't even matter. Really bad for the team. It can be potentially a wipe. So you really have to pay attention. It's really fast-paced, and it's actually kind of difficult to sit here and talk while I'm doing all this because I need to be attacking things. I need to be watching out. Why is Ghoul Hands tanking and not the other guy? That is a question for another segment. I do not know. But just you can see that this is just fast-paced, and I really, really enjoy it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. They worked out a lot of the things that I knew would get fixed. They were just little tweaks that needed to happen within the game. And I will give ZeniMax a big high five for that. They really did work a lot of those things out. The game is smoother, it's faster paced, you don't feel handicapped by healing anymore, and maybe that's just because I'm more used to it than I was. I'm not sure, but I'm still not up to where I would like to be. As you can see, I'm kind of struggling here at the moment, just kind of hoping I get my ultimate there so I can, yep, there it is, so I can keep everybody alive. It's not as clunky as it used to feel. I don't know if maybe that was like a game mechanic tweak, or I never really use this. Like I said, not crazy about that ability. I feel like it's a waste sometimes. I'm not sure if it was a game mechanic that they tweaked, or like I said, if I'm just getting used to it again. But if the healing feels a lot smoother, a lot better in my honest opinion. As somebody that's been playing healers now in a couple different MMOs, this is definitely fast-paced and really enjoyable. Yeah, I didn't talk about the boss at all. So Skeletal Destroyer, not much to him. Just stay out of those AoEs. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. A healer with movement is a great thing, and while I have a bunch of that, Night Blades are really great for that. Being able to vanish out of combat when an ad gets on you is a godsend, and they're more mobile. I've heard people talk about putting little more points into stamina, especially for PvP type healing. Night blades are great for staying on the move and being able to be where they need to be. Positioning is key. Hey, welcome back, guys. I'm a dumb idiot. I'm a big dumb douchebag. I completely forgot about this last boss, High Kin Lord Rillis, and I did my outro at the last boss there. I was like, hey, thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped you out. Blah, 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 blah. Finn. And I forgot about this boss. So here he is, the final boss. What he's going to do is... Oh, I thought I pulled him. What he's going to do is your basic boss type stuff. He has a cleave ability. He's going to beat the snot out of your tank and stuff. And when he does that, he actually is calling in these orb things, which you need to destroy. The fire is going to go down. You got to stop. You got to keep moving. Don't stop moving to get out of that. He's going to get hit by that, so I'm going to throw him a heal now. Oh, he blocked it. Wow. Oh, no, 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 that's where I don't want to be. He spreads those flames all over. Does this guy have a taunt? I don't think our tank picked up a taunt. He's going to spread that fire all around there. You see what he does that thing with his hand. Ooh, and that does some pretty good damage, so you want to stay out of that, obviously, as best you can. And the eyes need to be destroyed. You'll see... Now the flames, sometimes he, like, chain casts them, and they actually just end up being everywhere. But he doesn't seem to be doing it this time, so we don't have too many of them. That eye right there, the Feast it's called, will actually restore his health pretty good. Ooh, I totally casted that. So you got to make sure you destroy those before they get to him. Oh, that's not good. Save everybody with that. See, I find myself not using Blessing of Protection. Maybe I'm dumb for not doing it. But I think I'm going to get rid of it when I respec my skills here soon. Well, in a couple levels, I don't really need to right now. Probably closer to level... Ooh, probably closer to level 20. Oh, he does that. I hate when bosses cheat like that. They knock you down and then throw an AoE on top of you. Yeah, not randomized. Pretty sure bosses know. But that's pretty much it. We're actually not going to have a problem this time. Some groups I get into, they have a bit of a problem with him because they don't get to the eyes, and I can't really do it from across the stage. I try to run in there, and I don't want to run through the AoEs, so I can't always get to him. But that is the ending fight. Now I'm going to do the outro. Hopefully that helped you out. I give you a little bit of information on the bosses. I'm not an expert. I've run Banished Cells more than a few times, though. On my Templar, that seemed to be all I got. On my Breton Templar back on PC. That seemed to be the only thing I ever got was Banished Cells, so I was an expert at running it back then. But yeah, hopefully that helped you guys out. If you want to take a look at the build, I will create another video probably later. Sorry about that, 15 to 20s, so that you can get an idea of where the build is headed, what abilities I'm still using, what abilities I've traded in, what I've morphed my abilities into, and those kinds of things. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. I hope it helped you out. If you have any questions, please message me on Arculin, A-R-C-U-L-E-N, on the PlayStation Network, and I'd be glad to run with you, answer any questions you might have, or if you like me as a person, if you think I'm entertaining, or you could have fun playing with my friends and I. We are in a guild, we are in a guild called the 3-Man Brotherhood that we made. It's only a few of us right now, so we need some more members so we can set up a guild bank and stuff. We're a brotherhood of companions who work together to expand our resources and influence in Tamriel. Join us for a place in history and the future. My brother made that up. Kind of catchy. He's pretty good at that kind of thing. So yeah, if you would like to play, like to run, have any questions, want to run dungeons, feel free to send me a message, and I'll help you out any way I can, or if you'd like, give you an invite to 3-Man Brotherhood. Shameless plug for my guild in this video, but we have a lot of fun, so if you're looking for a laid-back guild you just kind of have fun with, we are always available. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here so that I don't run this video too long and I can actually piece it together in the share factory, and I will see you guys next time.